I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Woman ain't over. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if the bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, thinking her naked with sex-ray vision. Beat a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a big slap, slap. Come get your face clapped. hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Welcome back, in the building one more evening. I'm your host, School for Justice, here where we live, love, and laugh, and conquer police brutality. And on tonight, we are in Little Rock, Arkansas, where we have a former senator whose rights is violated, constitutional amendments is stripped. So let's just jump on into today's show. Sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your wine, and as my slogan say, be brave to be you. All right, we're going to jump on in today's content.
Reckless driving, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and driving on a suspended license. Mr. Walker's wife, Sharon Walker, was also present and became involved as a dispute unfolded. The encounter that followed was captured on the body cameras of Officer Kurtz, Officer Jaquise Rainey, and Sergeant Alicia Meeker.
I need to talk to them real quick. I can't get around not towing the vehicle. It's within our policy to tow for suspended license. With the severity of what she's being accused for, I'm going to get in trouble with my job if I don't do it. So I need the keys from her.
Let me have the keys. You don't have to talk to us. No, I just need to. Where's the keys to the car? Where's the keys that I just gave you, Shay?
The keys in there.
And the car's in my name too, so I don't have a key. And so even though the car was parked, you say
I can't let it go.
Who's the supervisor?
I get down here, it's still going to get towed though. Do you need me to get down here?
I just want to talk to you. Is that okay?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Who is this supervisor?
Hold on 1 second. I'll let you explain it to her. It's within our policy that we have to tow for suspended license. She has that. And plus, she's being accused of like aggravated assault right now. I don't have the other party right now. He says he's going to call in later. Yeah, he said he'll come make his side of the report later. Because when I found her, she was chasing another vehicle and then ran for me. So with the severity of things, I can't just let it go or I'm going to get in trouble with work. So our court date and time's there at the bottom. And who wants this? This is where the vehicle is going to get towed to. You can pick it. It's up off Scott Hamilton.
You, your team, and your agents are working together on Monday.com's AI work platform.
Skip the ad.
But that's the exact address on there on the back.
Officer Kurtz tells Mr. Walker that he is required to tow the vehicle because department policy requires officers to tow when a driver has a suspended license. Little Rock Police Department's general order.
All right, y'all. So I want to, first of all, let me do testing 1, testing 2. I want to check my audio, make sure I'm clear on my end. Okay, checking my audio, testing 1 and testing 2. Now, the narrative of the storyline, what is actually going on here. These are the parents of the senator's daughter. So the man that we saw here, the lady sitting in the car, their daughter had an altercation with someone somewhere else at a different scene or a different area, right? And she jumps in her car and chases this person. So we don't know exactly in the full context of what all happened, what went down, but she jumps in her vehicle and chases the person all down the highways, all down the neighborhood residential areas. They're in their car, she's in her car. So the police sees it, gets behind her, hit his siren light saying she's reckless driving and speeding. Okay, now, Once they capture the daughter, they give her citations. Driving on suspended license was one, come to find out. Hers was suspended. Speeding, reckless driving, so forth, etc. Now, her father is the former senator there in Little Rock County. We're in Arkansas tonight, Little Rock, Arkansas. So her parents are there. They have the vehicle because their daughter's license is suspended. And the father says, it's his car because it's in his name technically as well, right? He co-signed with her. So this is the narrative of the storyline so we can understand what is going on. So now the police is out there talking to her parents, which is the ex-senator of the city. All right, y'all? So smash that thumbs up, that like button. I appreciate your support. And we're going to fact check and dialogue exactly what goes down in this entire situation and encounter with law enforcement.
305, which governs the impoundment of vehicles, provides that when an officer stops an individual operating a motor vehicle and has reasonable cause to believe that the driver is in violation of certain enumerated statutes, including driving on an Arkansas license that is suspended for any reason, the vehicle shall be towed and impounded, subject only to a narrow set of discretionary exceptions which are not applicable here. Accordingly, a court would likely find that Officer Kurtz accurately conveyed his obligations, and that declining to tow the vehicle would have placed him in violation of department policy.
But yeah, if we get the keys, that would help.
I don't know.
Hold on, ma'am. You got a warrant out of Pineville if you need to get situated.
I'm supposed to take it off.
That's why your license is suspended, probably.
I have my emails from the court case that I paid my ticket and plus that people.
Okay, you got to call them back 'cause it's still showing, okay?
I've already emailed them.
Okay.
On accident. Maybe Teresa got on accident. Teresa.
One of you two picked up some keys off the table. What'd you do with them?
They're taking no matter what. They're going to damage it if they don't have the keys.
Okay, just hold on.
There was a bunch of keys on the coffee table in there. I watched one. I know those are your keys. Before that, there were some keys on the coffee table that were picked up by one of you.
I just picked these keys right here.
I got my car.
Well, that's not. We need it in drive.
Oh, that-
But I
Can't put it in drive.
All right, now, this is the part that's missing. Once the officer actually pulled the daughter over, gave her citations, they freed her and let her go. They actually left the whole entire scene and the whole traffic stop was over. But then they doubled back. They said they got a radio call from the firefighters that somebody was injured. This is their excuse, right? So basically, they let the girl go on the traffic stop, gave her some citations, and double backs now with this same traffic stop. But at this point, her parents is out there, and we are on their private property. This is their own private property, their own business that they own privately. So this is where we're at right now, people. And the officers double back on the same traffic stop. All right, so let's keep that in mind as we continue to fact check.
Yeah, I get her down here.
Okay. Who is it, man?
Sergeant Meeker.
Mika?
Meeker.
Yep. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
We got to do an inventory search, make sure there's no weapons or valuables. Making sure no weapons or valuables are in here. We got to do
got
it.
a person there, which I need to get out.
That's
Okay.
department policy.
But why didn't y'all give an opportunity for us to come over here? I was coming to get her purse.
Nobody said that to us.
But I mean, you don't
Wait,
do.
hold on. We don't have to give you an opportunity. We're going to go through it first and then give you the opportunity.
You don't have a reason to go through her stuff.
We do.
What?
You may not. Just hold on.
If you
Wait
talk-
just a few minutes for your lieutenant to arrive.
She'll be here, but I'm still going to go through it.
No, you cannot go.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record, just hit rec to capture high-quality audio and video, all from the comfort of, well, anywhere. Even if the only camera...
Officer Kurtz begins looking through the vehicle's interior, and when the walkers object, he states that he's conducting an inventory search. The Supreme Court held in the 1976 case of South Dakota v. Opperman that inventory searches of impounded vehicles are reasonable under the Fourth Amendment, recognizing that such searches serve to protect the owner's property while it remains in police custody, to protect the police against claims of lost or stolen property, and to protect officers from potential danger. Now, the court refined that doctrine in the 1987 case of Colorado v. Bertine, holding that an inventory search satisfies the Fourth Amendment where officers follow standardized procedures and there is no showing that they acted in bad faith or for the sole purpose of investigation. The Little Rock PD's impoundment policy includes standardized criteria, mandating that all impounded vehicles have their contents inventoried, limiting the examination to places where an individual would ordinarily store items of personal property, prohibiting officers from opening locked containers absent exigent.
All right, so now, people, we're finna see this whole narrative go to the left. It's going to the left. It's turning to a whole different, it's moving the goalposts. And we're finna see how this is finna happen step by step, play by play. All right. So what did the officer just ask? They have the vehicle there, speaking with the parents about the incident. The daughter's somewhere back there in the background. She was released and free to let go on her traffic stop. Now the officer just mentioned to search the vehicle. So this is where it goes to the left, people, legally, according to our laws. All right. And we're going over the state codes and laws as well, according to our amendments here and Supreme Court statute.
In circumstances or a warrant, and expressly stating that inventories will not be conducted for the purpose of discovering evidence. Accordingly, because the vehicle was subject to a mandatory tow under the impoundment policy, the officers were not only permitted, but required by policy to inventory its contents.
Ma'am, we're going to go through it.
You don't have to get. I'm not moving. I'm on my property.
No, I'm on my property.
That's my
Okay.
property.
What, do you want to know what I witnessed her do?
Yes.
I could take
Tell
her to
me
jail.
tell me.
She drove into oncoming traffic, almost hit me and several other vehicles, as well as a few people walking around, chasing that other guy.
But you
And I
didn't- you
lit
didn't
her
tell me-
up,
you didn't
and she
tell me-
ran. She ran like 4 blocks.
you didn't
That's
tell me
felony
that.
fleeing. She could go to jail for a felony.
I understand, but you didn't say anything like that. To me.
And she's getting a citation.
I know you didn't say anything like that to me.
Then we're going to do our job.
Yeah, but listen, when you first left here, what you told me, sir, was that you were not going to.
Whose vehicle is it?
It's not.
All right, so I gotta pause it because you freed the lady from the traffic stop. So the traffic stop is finalized, is over. Now, you have not presented or executed or served a search warrant to search the vehicle. And if by state law that you was required to tow the car simply because her driver license is suspended and she was driving, you should have did that during the stop. If you missed that, that falls back on who? On you. It falls back on you. So now you can't come back and double back at a whole different area. This is not even the same place where she was pulled over at. Now you're on the family's private property trying to demand orders and create your own laws. So let's keep fact checking as the senator stands up for his rights. He stands his ground and his constitutional amendments. Smash that like button and share your thoughts as we continue the dialogue.
And her. I'm a father.
Oh, but whose vehicle's on the registration?
Both.
It's not. It's the registration on the vehicle is a leasing agency.
That's
So-
why we leased the car.
Okay. The leasing company owns the car, not you guys.
No,
Okay.
we leased it. No, well,
Yeah, you lease
That's
it. You
debatable.
pay for it.
So if I pull the registration out of the car,
yes.
it's going to say leasing company. It's
And
not
I'm-
going to have y'all's names on it. It's going to say the leasing company, right?
No, incorrect, sir. I'm a car dealer. That's my profession. So the people or persons, whether it's a co-signer or the person, their name will be on there. That's paying for the vehicle. Now, by law, the bank is the lien holder, and they do own the property until the vehicle is paid off. But it is in their possession and their responsibility as long as their name is on that deal. So this is what we got going on, and he's going to be sarcastic and say the bank owns it. Well, even if they do own it, where's your search warrant? Where's your search warrant, sir? Because you still have no legal grounds to go inside these people's private property. You're trying to get into the vehicle that you already released. So let's make it make sense, folks.
Therefore, it's the leasing company's car.
Well, that's debatable because
Yes, she was in physical control of the vehicle, but that doesn't mean you have a right to right now because she was driving it, not you.
Well, let me just explain. Before you got here, I spoke.
Someone code our location. We don't need anybody code.
Well, when I spoke to this officer, he was in charge. Okay, he said to me that he was not going to take that. This is what
I apologize. I'm at Daisy Bates and Reno getting yelled at by individual who would like to speak to you. Couldn't hear the radio.
Well, we are trying to do our job, and you guys.
Wait a minute, hold up, you guys. I haven't done anything. So
We are telling you what we have to do, and we are telling you that we have a
She
right.
have the right to get her purse.
She
out of
will
her
once
car.
we are done with our inventory.
I'm going to give it to y'all.
That's not your inventory. How are you gonna do that?
Hold on a minute. Just hold on. Hey,
I'm trying to tow the car, and they're
this
telling
is elevating to.
No, we did not say you cannot tow it. I'm trying to get
and they're
her
telling us
purse.
we can't search it.
I didn't
Okay.
say you couldn't
So what's your
search it.
name, officer?
Kurtz. Okay, y'all got to back up. Y'all got to back up now.
Officer Kurtz.
Y'all got to back up now. Go. I'm
All
going to
right, now, so you're making up laws, sir. By law, you don't own the vehicle. Yes, he does, and you are on their private property. You're making up laws at this point. Now you got your hand on the man, and you have no legal grounds to make physical contact. There's no warrant for his arrest. You already conducted your traffic stop. You chose to give her citations and release. So what are we doing now, people? Now let's just see how this is finna get fired up and how they finna wing out and go viral, go postal. How the cops is finna go postal on these people who stand their ground, all right? And so share your thoughts inside the comments or the chat section.
Oh my God, back
don't
up.
Put your hand on me.
Back up.
Don't you put
Bro,
your
we're done
hand on
talking.
me.
I got a job to do.
This
Back
is
up.
my property.
I don't care. Back
You don't
up.
care about
Back
getting my
up, sir.
property?
You are going to go to jail if you don't back
Back
up.
up.
Back going to jail?
Up.
Who you think you're talking
Back
to,
up.
man?
I'm talking to you.
You can't be.
White people like that.
I
You
treat
don't-
You can't be
everybody
talking to
the
me.
same.
Back
I treat
up.
everybody the same.
Go stand over there. Go stand over there.
You know me. I don't know you. Back up, guys.
This is
Okay?
lost his man.
Back
That
up.
don't make sense.
Back
You
up.
We're not.
So let's make it make sense. Even if you're illegally searching the vehicle, what does he have to back up for? The door is wide open. You standing there right there at the driver's door. Go on and search it. Go on and violate his rights. If that's what you choose to do, be my guest, right? Go ahead and search the vehicle if that's what you choose to do. But why are you demanding them to back up? That's where we're at now. It's a reason to cause what? Confrontation. And a reason to change the goalpost. So share your thoughts, people, as we continue to fact check. We're in Little Rock, Arkansas on tonight.
Fucking anything. We on our
I
property.
got a curse and I got a heart in this
anything.
shit.
Well, you said back
I
up.
said back up so he
I'm
can do
not
his
on
job.
you.
Back up so he can do his job.
Go stand in front of my car.
You don't tell me where to stand. This
Go stand in front of my car.
I'm not going.
I don't care.
I'm not going there.
You're going to go in cuffs if you don't back up.
Don't stand in front of their car on their own down property. This is insane, people. Unhinged cops. Then the senator, he asked for a lieutenant or your superior to come on the scene. You haven't got one there yet. You have discredited or dishonored his request because he asked for your superior, and he has a right for the superior to come immediately. Your supervisor should be there on the scene. Now he's standing on his own damn property. These people, that's their own property, both of them. And now you're saying, don't stand in front of my car. Well, I tell you what, don't touch that car until you get a warrant. How about that? Now share your thoughts, people, in the comment section.
Go. Where you going to go? I'm giving you 1 second. 1 second to go.
Over there.
All right, turn around. You go in cuffs. Turn around. You go in cuffs. You can go in cuffs. Okay, we're not doing this. No, back up. Sir.
No, don't touch me.
Stop.
Back up.
Stop.
You taking down.
Stop, sir. Stop. Stop, sir. Stop.
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna take it now. I'm gonna take it now. Huh? Don't take it now.
I'm not doing
Stop. Stop, sir. So you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Why are you doing that to him?
You got another cuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He didn't do nothing. He got the right to see him.
All we do is
You know me. Listen, can you be my handler?
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and
Get the ad.
Officer Kurtz orders Mr. Walker to back away from the vehicle, and when Mr. Walker does not move, Officer Kurtz places him on the hood of the vehicle and handcuffs him. The Fourth Amendment requires that a warrantless arrest be supported by probable cause to believe that
All right, the Fourth Amendment here, the right of the people to be secured in their persons, houses, papers, effect against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, support by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. All right, so I want to make sure I zoomed in on our Fourth Amendment rights.
an individual has committed an offense, and the most plausible candidate here is Section 5-54-102 of the Arkansas Code, which provides that an individual commits obstructing governmental operations if they knowingly obstruct, impair, or hinder the performance of a governmental function, but expressly excludes the obstruction, impairment, or hindrance of what the individual reasonably believes to be a public servant's unlawful action. As we have discussed many times before here on ATA, the First Amendment protects a significant amount of verbal criticism and challenge that's directed.
All right, the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievance. So zoom in on our First Amendment's right. All right, share your thoughts, people.
Directed at police officers, meaning that Mr. Walker's objections to the search, standing alone, could not supply a lawful basis for an arrest. Additionally, as Division 4 of the Court of Appeals of Arkansas noted in the 2026 case of Keaton v. State, the obstruction statute appears to require actual interference with law enforcement officers in order to sustain a conviction for obstruction of governmental operations. Whether Mr. Walker's physical proximity crossed the line into actual interference is doubtful on these facts. As the inventory search was occurring on Mr. Walker's own property, he was not physically inserting himself between the officers and the vehicle, and he made no attempt to touch the officers, block the doors, or otherwise physically interfere with the search. Moreover, even if his conduct had risen to that level, Mr. Walker repeatedly and vocally maintained that the officers had no right to go through the vehicle. And although his belief was mistaken, given the legality of inventory searches, a fact finder could conclude that it was a reasonable one, placing his conduct within the statute's express exclusion. Now, while officers conducting a lawful search may take reasonable steps to control the immediate area for their own safety, an individual's mere presence on their own property at a distance that the officers simply preferred he not occupy, accompanied by verbal protest, that would likely fall short of the actual interference that the statute requires.
He my hailer.
Stay out of the car! Stay out of the car!
We have a
Stay out of the car!
Hey, I need y'all to listen. I need everybody to listen to me. Let everybody listen to me. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. We're gonna get medical out here, okay?
We're going in the car.
I think that's the hospital.
Come on. Wait a minute. Don't take my money now. You're taking everything out. Don't take my money. Come on, get this money out. Hey, get all this out.
So just so we understand what's going on, that's the daughter right there in the back, you know, saying, you know, she crying and everything and all in the uproar because she feels like her father's going to jail over her and her actions. And now they are singling him out. But come on, people, we see what time it is. We're in a certain race supremacist environment in county and area. So they're targeting who? Black people. They're targeting our folks. That's what's going on. We're singled out and we're targeted. We see what time it is. These are about what? Other race, white folks. They're in that county. And so that's what's going on right now in the moment. And so I just wanted to clarify that that's the daughter in the background, so you'll know who is who and what's what. You know, and her father is a respectable, productive citizen, a leader of influence there in the county. He used to be the senator there in that city. And this is the thanks he gets by authority, who's supposed to what? Serve and work for the public. All right? Share your thoughts.
No. Hey, stop. Stop. What are you doing to me? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Get the off of me!
Doing it. Stop. Stop.
Jane runs a camp, and you know it's a camp because she bought a dot camp.
Skip the
As Officer Kurtz is taking Mr. Walker to a patrol vehicle, Mr. Walker reaches into his pocket and attempts to hand something to his employee, George.
So now we got the whole family being attacked. Okay? They single out the father, then it goes, you know, after they handle the daughter, then it goes to the mother arguing back and forth with her, and now the son busts on the scene. I believe he may be a nephew, but another relative, right? And now they're attacking him. And this is all over a simple traffic stop that you all chose to release that person and let the individual go. Now you double back to attack the whole family. So this is out of order, unhinged, and violating everybody's rights that's out there on the scenes. Okay, so hit that thumbs up, smash that like button. I greatly appreciate your support.
Givens. And after being pushed back and told to back up, Mr. Givens begins yelling at the officers, who take him to the ground, handcuff him, and place him in a patrol vehicle as well. Shortly thereafter, Sergeant Alicia Meeker arrives on scene to find both citizens in custody.
Sergeant, man, I talk to you.
Yes.
In the car.
Just sit down and I'm going to talk to you.
You tell me to stop.
He's trying to sue me.
You must be new. Sit in the car.
Have a seat. I'm going to talk to you, okay? Let me get them to calm down, okay? Okay, if you'll just have a seat in here, I'm going to talk to them, get everyone calm down, and then I'll come back and talk to you, okay?
Yes, I appreciate
All right, so this is the lieutenant, or rather the superior has finally came on the scene. That's the lady's voice we hear talking from the police in the background. His superior of the arresting officer has finally arrived on the scene.
Watch your head and duck in there, okay? I don't want you to hit your head. Whoa.
Hey, let me tell them to calm down.
They're calming. I'm going to go talk to them.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah, everyone's calming down.
Sharon.
Hey.
Sharon.
Turn left.
Just calm down.
Get him off the ground.
Okay,
just have a seat in here. I'm going to come right back and talk to you, okay? I'm going to figure out what's going on. If you'll just have a seat.
Hey, Sharon. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
Let me just talk to everybody. Hey, what's your name?
Sharon. My name is Bill Walker, Senator Bill Walker.
Bill Walker. Okay.
Yes.
If Mr. Walker, if you will just have a seat in here, I'm going to come right back and talk to you. I'm going to try to get everyone to calm down.
Have you heard from your chief yet?
I believe he called me while I was running code, but I couldn't
I was
answer.
trying to get a hold of him, but if you would please let him know.
So you ask him his name, but now you don't know your own senator there in your own county? Well, that speaks a lot for you. Okay? What does that say about you?
Have me here.
Yes, sir. I
In
will
fact, the mayor's
absolutely.
already talked to him.
Yes,
And
sir.
I was trying to get you here. I asked for you and requested you.
Yes, sir.
And this thing elevated to a whole new level.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not happy. I hope you got your recorder on. Very good.
Let me figure out what's going on. Let me call my chief back, and I will be right back to talk to you, Mr. Walker. Yes, sir. What is going on?
Okay.
Chief is calling me on the way here. I can't answer because I'm running code.
Okay, so what originally happened, I'm going that way. I see one car speed past me the wrong lane of traffic. He rolls when I
All right, so what is going on? You should be informed of what the scenario is when you receive the call through the radio dispatch. When your employee reached out to you, I need a supervisor. It is protocol, it is code that you are already informed and aware of the situation at hand up front. So it goes to show you they're not on their job, people. These people is out of order. There's no organization at all. And it just, look like a bunch of gangbangers to me. It's just a clan and a gang out to just be on the warpath with no control and attack. All right. So what do you see? And we could dialogue about it in our comment section.
that one is chasing me. Woman chases him in the wrong lane of traffic. They go down this way. I literally up at Daisy Bates and Broadway. She fled and came to here.
Which one?
The woman over there.
On the car.
In the orange?
The orange. That was over here.
I'm not getting her with felony fleeing. I'm hitting her with failure to yield to emergency vehicles. I gave her a citation for vehicle.
Let me call Chief back.
You good?
I've got Chief calling me while I'm running code. I just got on scene out here. Apparently, Senator Bill Walker, they've got in a vehicle. I'm trying to get the story from everyone. Take him out of cuffs immediately. Kurtz, take Walker out of cuffs immediately. Yes.
Boom, there it is. So she reaches out to the chief, her superior. It's a chain of command, right? Her employer or the arresting officer calls her, which is his superior, his supervisor. Then she calls her superior, the chief, her supervisor, lieutenant to chief. Immediately, boom, take him out of handcuffs. Because he was never the one even pulled over in a traffic stop. Then the one who was pulled over, which was his daughter, was freed and released. So this is bogus. And not only that, you're on their private property. You're on the senator's private property. So he's arrested for what? And there definitely wasn't a warrant. Boom, there it is. Immediately release and let go. Because you're going to pay up, buddy. And you're going to answer.
We're at Daisy Bates and Ringo. All right, I'm going to call Chief back. Bye. Her chief, get him out of cuffs. I just gave you a direct order to take him out of chief. I'm so sorry. I was running code. Take him out of cuffs now. Bye.
Now, how unprofessional, ghetto, hood, and ratchet this is, that your superior will have to come out here on the scene and demand you to do your job properly. A direct order to release him and take him out of cuffs in front of everybody. So the joke is on you, buddy. You're trying to humiliate these people and you got embarrassed. All right, share your thoughts, folks, because this is getting good.
You will meet me back at the substation after this.
So my question is, if she needed her purse in her...
Where's the other guy at?
If she needed her purse in her pay out of her car.
He's on this side.
What's his name?
Givens.
Mr. Gibbons. Who are you in relation to Mr. Walker?
I'm his employee.
You're-
I work here.
You work here. Okay. So we have all of Mr. Gibbons' information.
I do. I'm gonna do a records check.
Okay.
So, and then I did want to touch on that the lieutenant here, his superior, did mention disciplinary action will be taken back down at the station to the man who's violating everybody's rights out there. The rookie, the officer with 0 rank up under his belt. We could tell you're officer 101, buddy, and you're gonna pay up and answer. And so we just heard the gentleman that they attacked that came up to see on the scene to see what was going on, that he's an employee. He works for Senator Man here. All right. So this is just buck wild, people. It's all over, because when you're placed in a position of leadership and you're out of order, then everybody else follows. Right. So there's no order at all. And it's all who? Law enforcement fault. Okay. So share your thoughts, because constitutional rights being violated left and right. Black people are being targeted all over the world in America. And yes, I am your advocate to speak up for equality, true justice, and for truth, enlightenment, empowerment, right? And to stop and conquer, expose and call out police brutality. Okay? So continue the dialogue with me.
Let me finish figuring out what happened, and we'll see what we can do, okay? If you can just hang out for me for just a
Usually
second.
listen is just tight on my rights.
He has my key. Somebody must have taken it. Sorry, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just going to loosen just a little bit. That better?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you.
If you'll just hang out for me, we'll see what we can get done here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me lock that back so it doesn't. All right, should move now.
They canceling the record.
Psychologists have discovered that procrastination isn't caused by laziness or lack of motivation, but instead it's your
Psychologist ass. We'll skip it.
Okay. I need to know what's going on. Okay, so you're driving which way?
Eastbound.
Okay.
Intersection of Broadway and Dayton.
All right, so what we got going on,
And
people,
his
is basically
car-
he's telling a bunch of lies or whatever the case
And
may
then a car
be.
comes to oncoming traffic.
Okay, trying to justify his actions. We're going to skip on down. They released the senator out the handcuffs, and so now he's speaking to the superior and other officers, backup officers on hand to explain what's going down from his point of view.
She would take care of that business. I said, perfect, thank you so much, we appreciate you. Well, after that, we were waiting for the ambulance and the fire department to arrive. They did come, and then this gentleman came back first. He said that he was told to come back here by the fire department. They told me. Next thing I know, I see 3 or 4 other cars pulled back up in here, one of which was Officer Hertz, yes, ma'am. And so at that point, I still was working to get my daughter to the hospital. She was going to go with her mother, who had arrived. After that had occurred, then he came back and said, well, listen, I'm now got to write you. We don't have a complainant. We ain't found anybody yet. He called, but he left, and we don't know who he is. I said, okay. She said, but since she doesn't have, she's on a suspended license, but he asked her about that, and she told him that she had paid the issue, and she has an email suggesting that it had been resolved. Well, he said, well, I didn't do it anyway. Well, when he left the first time, he said, why you got to do that?
So it sounds like a misunderstanding in the system, because the daughter is saying that she actually paid to get her license renewed, virtually online through the email. She shows it to him, her receipts or whatever, but he's saying it's still not quite showing in the system yet or process. Well, whose fault is that? Not hers, if she's taking care of her part on her end. So, and that's the reason why they released her, because technically, they wasn't suspended. She got it cleared up, and then plus on top of that, the other speeding or whatnot, what she was doing were tickets or citations. All right. So, what do you see is going on? I mean, do you think that the senator was out of compliance by disobeying the officer? Do you think he was disobeying the officer? Do you think he caused this drama upon himself? Do you think he committed a crime? Do you think he deserves to be arrested? Or do you see his rights violated and the officers showing abuse of power, right? Because this coon back here in the back, he just got embarrassed in front of everybody, put on blast, on display. All right, that's what I see. Share your thoughts.
They began to come over here to try to get access to the vehicle. And she said, I need to get my purse, my medicine out of the car. So I came over to get that, and they told me to step back, get away. I said, well, when did the story change?
Okay.
When did we have a different expression about this? Well, this is not necessary. I said, would you please, because at that time, I reached out to the man. I asked him if he would reach out to the chief and see if he could assist. And I asked for you. I asked for you.
Yes, sir.
And I said to them, when I got over here, I said, would you please allow your sergeant to arrive before we proceed? That's what I asked for.
Yes, sir.
He didn't want to do that. And he said for me to get back. I said, why are we going to this level? That's no criminal out here. There's no gun.
Exactly. This was all over where they were standing, because the officers wanted to do some crooked, underhanded violations of the laws crap. And so now they wanted to dictate and control the scenario. That's what that was. And you do what I say, and you get over here and you stand over there and stand down and stand back. That they went back to, do what master say, boy. That's the way they was trying to handle you, right? When you're old enough to be his father. Look at this old pot-belly coon in the back with 0 rank and 0 training, who's an embarrassment to the police academy nationwide. And you are the problem to society, sir. And how dare you when you don't even deserve a badge? All right? Share your thoughts, folks. I greatly appreciate your support.
This level. He then pushed me, told me, I said, don't put your hands up. You don't have to do that. That's not necessary. And he did it again and again. And finally he said, you're under arrest because you won't do. That's what he said. And I asked this gentleman, I said, listen, do you have children? Do you have any? He said he had 5. I have 1. And I'm a concerned father. I'm also a businessman. I'm also president of a college over here. I also was on the airport commission. I'm also friends with a whole host of folks in this community. I served in the state senate, state house. I know how to deal with public servant. So I know the job, but there's a way that you don't have to escalate this to this level. I mean, I got an employee now that they threw on the ground. I got my wife out here who's almost going through the roof. We're concerned about our child. And he's got to be better judged than that. That's very disappointing to me. I got handcuffs on me so tight. I mean, this guy just went off. He just lost it.
Yes, sir.
And I never, I hope you'll advise me, I never raised my voice. Never. Did I raise my voice?
Both you, is that your wife?
My wife did, of course. She's a woman, but I never raised my voice.
You both did, yes.
To who? To you? To
I
you?
believe Officer Kurtz.
Oh, come on, man. Did you all record this?
Yes.
Good. I think y'all look at it.
I will. I have to.
So now you need to stand down, sir. You need to shut up right about running off at the mouth. You don't need to open your mouth and say nothing because your superior's there, and kudos to her. She's doing a very fine job, right? She's doing her job correctly. In other words, let her handle that. And what you worry about is answering to your superior. All right, so you stand down, boy, because you don't deserve no badge. You're a rookie, a goon, a coon, 101. That's what we're witnessing. But if you see otherwise, hey, feel free to share your thoughts and prove, according to our state laws, any different. All right? Thanks for joining me.
I never raised my voice.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in that. I really am.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, I mean, it's just the truth, man. You know,
So
it's the truth.
there's a difference in what you feel with
But
your,
the- but
your
the
voice
tape-
raising and the difference between
Okay, but sir, it's not about feelings. This is about laws and facts, right? It's about actions. We don't really, the feelings, hey, sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, right? Who cares about feelings? We're grown folks, people. It's not about your emotions, and I feel like this in my opinion. Opinion is like what? We all got one, right? Right? The a-hole. We all got one. So that's irrelevant. What matters is the laws. What you swore the oath to, goon, to duty, and a call to a higher action. So you're held to what? A higher standard. So 0 excuses. You're fully responsible. And you are here to serve the public, to protect and serve. Let's be clear about that. So it's not about feelings. You don't even speak logically, right? So this is a joke. It just looks like anybody can, become Police Academy 101. I'm sure I know I do a much better job than you. At least I know the laws and know how to properly exercise them. All right, share your thoughts, folks, and we'll continue to dialogue.
I'm talking at the same level.
especially when we're giving you a lawful order to step back.
Step back.
Okay.
Okay. That's how you see it. I get it. I never raised my
Sergeant Meeker orders Officer Kurtz to take Mr. Walker out of handcuffs immediately, and Officer Kurtz refuses, with another officer eventually removing the handcuffs. Sergeant Meeker informs Officer Kurtz that they will speak about his refusal later. She then proceeded to gather accounts of the encounter from the officers on scene and hear Mr. Walker's side of the story before speaking with Chief Helton on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Chief. Hey. I'm right here with Sergeant Meeker. Cluster? Very much so. I'm going to let her kind of explain it to you because she got a better chance at getting it all right.
Okay. So what happened was Officer Kurtz was traveling southbound on Broadway. He was flagged down by a guy saying that he was being chased by a woman. Officer Kurtz looks up and this vehicle, which is the blue Cadillac, is like swerving into oncoming traffic, like clearly chasing this guy. So Officer Kurtz lights the vehicle up doesn't stop until here at Daisy Bates and Ringo. This started at Daisy Bates and Broadway. It was Mr. Walker's daughter driving the vehicle, and she was cited for reckless driving, driving on suspended, and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. It is parked here on his property. I know that all of you said that we shall tow for driving on suspended. The tow truck is here, but if you want us to leave this vehicle on his property, we will dismiss this tow truck.
Okay, but the mistake was made was she was released from the traffic stop. So that's your officer's mistake. It'd be different. It's if up front that he said, I'm towing the vehicle because it's not showing that your license is reinstated. But no, he chose to release her. So that's where the mistake has been made and the confrontation has come about that created a problem. And now, because he made a mistake, he wants everybody else to pay for it, even innocent people. So handle your officer, ma'am. That's what's going down. See, you got to do this according to what? Protocol, proper procedures, guidelines, codes, and order, right? That's where we're at, people. You have to show thyself approved. Okay? So she just needs to, I'm fact checking her because she's missing that part. That the traffic stop was finalized, it was over, he released her. He doubles all the way back. 10, 15 minutes later, he don't go to where he pulled her over at because she's no longer there. He tracks her down with her parents at their private property, at their own business, and go out there on a war page and attack a war page or a rampage and attack everybody. So who's out of order? It looked like it's you and your department.
Yeah, send the tow truck away.
Ten four.
Yeah, since it's on his property, it's his daughter. I mean, it's his property. He can leave it there. So, we can leave it. So, yeah, get rid of the tow truck.
10 4.
And so, how did we?
So
why? So I guess he came out.
Yes, he came out, and while they were about to do the inventory search, he was telling them that you're not going to search this vehicle, and Officer Kurtz was telling him to, back up, and Mr. Walker requested me to the scene. From the time that I got requested to the scene to me getting out here, I guess Officer Kurtz raised his voice at Mr. Walker, and they were arguing back and forth about getting into the vehicle, at which point Kurtz said, since you're not getting back, you're under arrest, because puts him in cuffs and starts putting him in a vehicle, which is when one of his employees comes out and sees that Mr. Walker's in handcuffs and starts approaching officers, and he then gets put onto the ground.
Oh, Lordy, man, they just don't make my job easy.
They don't.
No, they don't. Okay, so we got Mr. Walker taken care of now, correct?
He is out of cuffs. He has the tow slip, but I will send this tow truck away and allow this vehicle to stay on his lot.
We got the employees
or he
still in
can turn
custody.
it over. She can release it to him. I mean, he can take ownership. It's his daughter. He can take the car. Which by policy we have the opportunity to, if they have an owner, we can give it to them. So I think at this point we kind of.
The owner is a leasing company.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just turn it over to him. Hopefully that'll give you some issues.
Yes,
So
sir.
now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. How they're going to cover their tracks, or as the lieutenant is there, how to correct it, rectify, and make this right. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free. If you have any questions about the scenario line, what's going on, what happened, pertaining to the laws or amendments or anything, feel free. If you have any questions at hand, I'll be glad to do my best to answer.
What about his employee? Hey, Chief, what about his employee that we got in custody?
What are we arresting him for? What are we putting just because he walked up on somebody?
He was walking up on officers as they were trying to get Mr. Walker in the vehicle.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop it there. So what are we arresting him for? Because he walked up on somebody? Right. What are we arresting him for? Because he was walking and he walked up on the officer to say, hey, what's going on? I'm checking on my supervisor. I'm a friend of the family, an employee who works for the family. I mean, he just said it so nonchalant because that lets you know, people, they normalize this behavior. This is what they do on a daily. So in other words, because y'all got in y'all feelings like little children, what you slap handcuffs on him for looking in your face too long. I mean, like, it's a joke, right, people? So yeah, I just like, let's get for real for walking up on somebody. So yeah, call it out, Chief.
So what are we arresting for?
I would assume that they have him for obstruction. Which, that's a A, isn't it? We could cite him for that.
Yeah, well, I think misdemeanor is supposed to get fingerprinted, but
we can put it.
Would it be more disorderly or obstruction?
We'll have to talk to them and see which.
They don't know because they just made it up. They don't know if it's obstruction or orderly. There was nothing to obstruct. There was no investigation. He had no search warrant to search the vehicle. That's what he was trying to do. And violating their rights. Violating their rights. So in the process of that, with zero warrant, no legal grounds to search their vehicle on their private property, there was no investigation to obstruct, right? So it's neither, or definitely not disorderly conduct. It's just bogus, something they made up, right? So that's why he said, we got to talk about it once we get down to the station so they can figure out a bogus charge to stick to him. But ain't none of it gonna stick. And that's the reason why when the chief found out that it was the ex-senator that he knew they had a fat ass lawsuit coming. He knew they was gonna have to pay up. So that's why it was take the handcuffs off immediately ordered. All right. So let's follow the storyline, people. All right. Thanks for trailing with me. But we are definitely fact checking on tonight, correcting and rising above police brutality.
Yeah, I mean, I know him walking up on the officers would be obstruction. I don't know if he was out here causing a scene necessarily.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and I think some of our officers have to understand people are going to walk up. I think common sense goes out the door on a lot of things, but I don't think we need. Yeah, let's try to figure out a way to. I mean, if we need to cite him, fine. I don't know the circumstances and all that. Much videos are determined, but I don't think we just need to try to mediate the best we can because this is going to cause a storm, and we're going to need to eat probably some crow on it. But let's try to minimize it the best we can.
Yes, sir.
So, and then we'll just go from there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Following the phone call with the chief, Sergeant Meeker sent the tow truck away and the vehicle was turned over to Mr. Walker, who was released without charges. Mr. Givens was cited for disorderly conduct, obstructing governmental operations, and refusal to submit to arrest. And on December 3rd, 2025, prosecutors agreed to drop the refusal to submit to arrest charge, with the two remaining offenses set to be dismissed after 30 days, provided that Mr. Givens avoided any new charges, and he was assessed $155 in court costs. Ms. Walker initially pleaded not guilty to her 3 citations, but in April of 2026, she pleaded guilty to driving on a suspended license as part of a negotiated plea in exchange for the dismissal of the reckless driving and the failure to yield charges. And she was ordered to pay a $200 fine and $110 in court costs. Additionally, Officer Kurtz's refusal to comply with the order to remove the handcuffs became the subject of an internal investigation. And on March 30th, 2026, the department suspended Officer Kurtz for 40 hours without pay. Officer Kurtz offered...
He was suspended for 40 hours. That's a joke, without pay. So in other words, a week, we give them a week without pay. But that's a slap on the wrist though, right, people? Because anybody else of a different category would have been terminated, demoted, or terminated. All right, so he was suspended without pay for 1 week.
2 differing explanations for his refusal to remove the handcuffs. During the internal affairs proceedings, Officer Kurtz told Major Kendall Cole in an administrative hearing that he should have complied with the order, but second-guessed himself because of a previous incident in which another sergeant stopped him from making an arrest, and then the resulting body camera footage was shared online, leading to harassment of him and his family. However, Officer Kurtz wrote in a separate report that he had nearly gotten into a physical altercation with Mr. Walker, that he believed that removing the handcuffs might make things worse.
And that's a lie. And if that happened, it's because, remember, let's go back to the beginning, people. he put his hands on Mr. Walker first. He put his hands on that man first. Remember, the man told him, hey man, get your hands off me. You ain't got no reason to put your hands on me. They was mad where he was standing. He said, I'm on my own private property. So if there was finna be a physical altercation, it's because you started it. You made the first physical contact. We saw that, right? On the body cams and the videos. Don't lie.
And that he viewed the directive as an unlawful order because he had what he described as, quote unquote, completely lawful charges. The internal investigation was also critical of Officer Kurtz's handling of the encounter more broadly, with Lieutenant Ryan Bewley writing that under policy, Officer Kurtz should have charged Ms. Walker and impounded her vehicle during the first contact, that he believed that Officer Kurtz returned to the scene only to prevent himself from being reprimanded, and that the entire incident could have been avoided had Officer Kurtz simply followed policy from the
Exactly what I said from the start. He made a mistake when he did not tow her vehicle up front. So therefore, he was trying to go back and cover his tracks. And at that point, he just attacked everybody, right? He was mad because he made a mistake. So you want to take your mistakes and your problems out on everybody else. That's what's going on, people. All right. And the narrator just verified.
Outset. In the internal investigation file, Lieutenant Bewley also wrote that, quote, Officer Kurtz's conduct shines a negative light on the department. Overall, Officer Kurtz gets an F.
All right, y'all. And then, they pretty much grade everybody. Yeah, that's a shout out to Audit the Audit. Much. All right, much love. Thanks for your support and your enlightenment. And hey, everybody, at the end of the day, it was just reckless. It was just very reckless. It was very unnecessary. Here, give me 1 second, people. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So it was just very reckless. It was out of order, and at the end of the day, they charged everybody. Everybody was charged in the whole family, or everybody that even came up on the scene, all behind one simple traffic stop. All right, so thank you for joining me. I am your host, School for Justice. My channel is Enlightenment on Police Brutality, and I teach laws. You see what I'm saying? I bring enlightenment to our state laws, our common laws. I represent and stand for the laws, we the people, here on my channel. So until next time, folks, let's live, love, and laugh. Share your thoughts. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Shout out to Lackluster. Shout out to the Bullpen. Shout out to Blue Watch, and much more, who continues to give us empowerment and enlightenment so we can stand for justice, equality, and truth. And until next time, folks, I'm your host, and I will continue to rise above the occasion, stand firm for justice and truth, and speak truth to the power. Till next time, people, salute, and thanks for watching.